No, I mean, it's just, so I'm thinking of what you said earlier about, what we were saying about it's not necessarily true that comedians have to be broken in order to be funny. But then where does the idea for Billy Ray come from? Because I was thinking while I was reading it, for example, that it might have come from your own personal sort of fears for what future lies ahead. But just generally, I mean, how are you able to sort of portray a man that is very much broken?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's totally a cautionary tale, man. Like, I think it was really easy to write him because he was every fear that I have about, where stand-up can lead you. I mean, that's the thing, dude, is like, stand-up is on the world stage now, and it's like Netflix and like every big podcast is run by a comedian and everyone loves stand-up, but there's stand-up shows in America and probably in the UK and probably Australia, because I do think that stand-up, as far as like its evolution, it's the most furthest evolved in English-speaking countries. Do you think that's accurate?
Yeah, I can say that, because I was born in Italy and I speak Italian and I am in touch with like Italian culture. It's very much sketch based here. Even when it's stand-up comedy, you still see people essentially doing sketches for most of their act, which is very, very
sure,
strange.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing though. I mean, I guess.
No, and it's weird because like in India, they love crowd work. Like they love when comedians talk directly to the crowd. They hate any kind of pretense of an organized comedy set there. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. In America, there's like all these gigs that are done on Mondays and Tuesdays and not in comedy clubs, and they're done in like annexes in the back bars of pool halls and in VFWs or American Legion halls, which are just big, empty tough shed buildings with a bar in one corner and a bunch of American flags and POW flags on the wall that are so outside of the realm of showbiz or any kind of glamour. Like they're not something you aspire to do, is to be stuck in this circuit that Billy Ray's in. But probably, I don't know, 80% or higher of the comedians are people you've never ever heard of and you'll never see them perform, but they're still out there scraping out a living of, maybe $60K a year after expenses. And that's how you start where I'm from. I'm from the middle of nowhere, in Denver as far as entertainment. Like we're not LA, New York, or Chicago. No one gave a shit about us. So we would go to these like very far off, places that are pretty much outposts of civilization where no one really would ever want to visit these places. So starting off opening up for these guys whose life it is to go to an oil field in North Dakota and make $400, like it was really easy to kind of like amalgamate and synthesize all these stories and all these terrible examples of what a man can turn into and just put it on the page.
That's interesting.
Because like, dude, like Billy Ray, like he's not, there's a lot of guys. That's the best thing about this book is when comedians read the book, they would say, oh my God, this is about blank. And every comedian had a different name that they would put in regards to Billy Ray, because every comedian knows this person who's just a husk and hasn't had a spark in a very long time, and they're just kind of out there like a ghost, just like a zombie,
Yeah.